Hello, STS students. It's Miss Chapman here with a book that I think you're really going to enjoy because it ends with eating a snack. This book is called No Ordinary Apple, and it's a story about eating mindfully. The story is written by Sarah Marlowe, and it's illustrated by Philip Pascuzzo. No Ordinary Apple, a story about eating mindfully. It was an ordinary day, full of ordinary things. After school, Elliot went to his neighbor Carmen's house. He always went there until his parents got home from work. Hi, Carmen. Hi, Elliot. How was school? It was okay. May I have a snack before I start my homework? Asked Elliot. Of course. Would you like an apple? An apple? Don't you have any candy? Now look at Elliot's face here. What is he feeling? Maybe he's feeling disappointed. He's wishing that an apple wasn't the option. He's wishing that maybe one of these candies was his snack after school. Sorry, said Carmen, I'm all out of candy, but here, try this apple. It's very special. What's so special about it? Looks pretty ordinary to me. Oh, this is no ordinary apple, said Carmen. It might surprise you. Will it give me superpowers? Well, I don't know, said Carmen. Would you like to find out? How? Said Elliot. First of all, tell me, what color is the apple? It's red, said Elliot very quickly. Is it really? Look very closely, said Carmen. Elliot rolled the apple around in his hands. He noticed that some parts were red. Some parts were green, and other parts were yellow. Some parts were even brown and had a few dull black speckles. Huh, there are so many different colors on here, said Elliot. I guess it isn't just red. It's a very good observation, said Carmen. And what does it feel like? Elliot looked puzzled. Like an apple, he said. Carmen laughed. Slowly feel it with your fingers. What do you notice? It's a little cold. Some parts are smooth and some parts are bumpy. Some places are hard and some places are soft. Neat. Elliot was about to take a bite when Carmen gently raised her hand to stop him. Not yet. You haven't listened to it yet. Listen to the apple? How weird, Elliot thought. Feeling a little silly, he held it up to his ear, expecting to hear something. He heard nothing. Is that the only way to listen to an apple? Carmen asked. Elliot got an idea. He tossed the apple up in the air. As it landed in his hands, he heard a hollow thwap. Elliot smiled. He'd probably made that sound a million times before, but he'd never actually heard it. Now do I take a bite? He asked, growing quite a bit impatient. Not quite yet. What does it smell like? Elliot took a sniff. Fruity, I guess, and a little bit like flowers and springtime. After another moment, he laughed. It also feels cool and smooth against my nose. Carmen smiled. Can I take a bite now? Elliot could feel his tummy rumbling. Sure, said Carmen, but I wonder what else you might discover if you bite it very, very slowly. Elliot really wanted to figure out the secret of the apple, so he decided to try. As he held it up to his lips, he noticed his mouth was already watering. He was pretty sure this had never happened with an apple before. As his teeth sunk in, he heard a loud, crisp crunch. That's another way we can listen to an apple. What sound does it make when we bite it? He noticed the sweet, appley juiciness in his mouth and little juice drops tickling his chin. The peel felt a little bit stringy. The flesh, that's the white part, the inside, felt cool and a little spongy. Then came a burst of that familiar, fresh, appley smell. Notice what the apple tastes like in different parts of your mouth. You can do this if you chew it very slowly and roll it around. Oh, and try not to swallow just yet. Do you think you can do it? Asked Carmen. Elliot nodded. First he chewed with his front teeth, then he chewed with his back teeth, then with the teeth on one side, then on the other. Next he rolled the chewed up apple around in his mouth. He even tried smooshing the apple to the top of his mouth with his tongue. He tasted it on the back of his tongue, the center, the front, one side, and the other side. And I like to always imagine that the illustrator might have said, I don't think I want to dry smooshed up apple. I don't think I want to draw a smooshed up apple in this character's mouth. What if I show that he's chewing apples by making it a bunch of different apples? Because we know that Elliot doesn't really have 7 apples in his mouth, but I think that was a good call for the illustrator just to draw it as apples. He really wanted to swallow the whole time, but he was determined not to. He was going to discover the secret. Are you ready to swallow it now? Yes, please, said Elliot through his apple-filled mouth. Now again, he did not really eat the whole apple at once. Kind of impossible. The illustrator just didn't want to show all of the apple bits in his mouth. So Carmen says, go ahead and see what you feel as the apple travels all the way to your belly. It might help if you close your eyes. So Elliot closed his eyes and concentrated as he swallowed. He could feel the moistness of the apple as it went down his throat. His belly had stopped rumbling, and he even felt a little bit more full. What did you notice? Asked Carmen. You know, the apple did taste different at the front of my mouth than at the back, Elliot said. In one part it was sweet, and in the other part it was kind of tart. And that's a fancy word for sour. It's like 2 fruits in one. Even after all this time, Elliot still wasn't sure what made this particular apple so special. Yes, it was more colorful, more tasty, more fragrant, or more smelly, and more noisy than any apple he'd ever eaten. In fact, it was the most appley apple ever. But why? What's the secret? Elliot asked. Why is this apple so super appley? What did you do to make it this way? Ah, said Carmen, it's not what I did that made it so special. It's what you did. Elliot looked proud. What I did? And Carmen said, yes, by slowing down when eating this apple and by being curious about how it looks, how it feels, how it sounds, how it smells, and how it tastes, you made it extraordinary. And you know what? You can do this with any food. Elliot thought about this for a moment. His eyes sparkled. Jelly beans? Sure. Ice cream? Absolutely. Even macaroni and cheese? Elliot couldn't imagine macaroni and cheese being even better. Yes, even macaroni and cheese. You know, Elliot, you can also try this with foods that aren't your favorite too. Really, I don't know. Broccoli is not my favorite. And peas, I don't think I could ever eat peas slowly. Well, it's worth a try. Maybe start with one tiny little pea. You might be amazed at what you discover, just like with the apple. Elliot thought for a moment. Then he slowly and mindfully ate the rest of the apple. He thought about all the foods he could eat this way. He couldn't wait to show his family and friends. Suddenly, a huge smile washed over his face. He remembered that today was Friday, and that meant pizza night. And I want you to look at his family and imagine, what do you think Elliot just taught them all about? I think that he just taught them all about mindful eating, because I can see that one person in his family is looking at a dish and looking really closely at the pizza, and I can see that another person in the family is smelling the pizza, and another person, I don't know if he's feeling the pizza, and the mom is eating it. And so I think that Elliot probably taught them about mindful eating. Now, I hope that you also are going to try mindful eating. So after this, you can go and grab something from your fridge. Maybe you want to try an apple. Probably you should ask mom and dad before you try something. But you can do just what Elliot does. You can look at it, look at all the colors that are there, feel it. What does it feel like? What's its temperature? What's the texture? And you can smell it and think about what does it smell like. And then you can get ready to taste it. And as you take a bite, you can listen for the sound that it makes. So when you take a bite, you're going to chew it very slowly, and you're going to let it sit in your mouth a little bit longer than you would normally let food sit in your mouth. And you're going to think about, what does it feel like in your mouth? What are some of the flavors? Can you smell it a little bit better now? And then you're going to close your eyes and you're going to let it slowly trickle down to your belly. And if you want, you can pause the video, go get your food, and come back and listen to me leading you through that little exercise. And I hope that you really enjoy this, and I hope that you can teach your family about mindful eating as well. I am going to put this little coloring page on the live site, and you can color Elliot. You can share with your family about mindful eating and how you use your 5 senses and eat nice and slowly to really experience the full experience of eating. And then you can draw some foods that you'd like to try this with. So maybe you'd like to try it with a favorite food or a favorite treat, or maybe you're going to be extra brave and courageous and try it with something that's not really your favorite right now. So I'm so excited to see how this experiment goes for you. Mindful eating is a really neat practice. And sometimes we think mindfulness is always sitting and breathing. And sometimes people think that you have to be sitting a certain way or saying Om, but really mindfulness is all about bringing lots of attention to any experience. And I think mindful eating is a pretty neat way of practicing mindfulness. Thank you for listening, friends. I can't wait to hear how this goes for you, and enjoy your snack. Bye.